When we first moved to Alaska when I was 13, we moved into this house. So it's my mother, my two younger sisters, and myself. It's a one-bedroom house. So my mother and my two sisters slept in the bedroom, and I slept on the porch. This is a mudroom, and it's not very warm. So winter came, and I actually moved up into the attic. They had one of those drop-down stairs you would pull down on a string, and little stairs would pop down, and you'd climb up into your attic. So that's where I spent my childhood. As far as, it was great because it was quiet, it was super warm. You couldn't stand up in it, but it wasn't bad at all. Anyway, thought you'd like to know. Right next door to our house was where my grandpa and grandma lived. My mother's father and mother. And I had a job one time where I don't know why, but I dug some sort of a ditch between the house and that ditch down here. It was like 4 foot deep. It wasn't easy. And my grandfather gave me $400 for it, and I used that to buy my first snowmobile, which was a Ski-Doo Elan for $825. So this is S's brothers. My Uncle Ed ran that along with my grandfather, etc. We call him Uncle Ed, he was my great uncle. A lot of great experiences up there. We'd go upstairs. They lived upstairs. There's a store downstairs. Back there's a trail. We called it the cat trail that would take us all the way up the mountain there, the hill. And had a lot of good memories there. The town of Moosepass is right at this store. It's right on the road, and they're trying to figure out what to do. They're wanting to widen the road, and they're not sure if they're going to tear down the store or whatever. When I was first to Alaska, the year before I moved up here, we came up in the summer, me and my brother, and this used to be a gas station, Estes Brothers gas station. And he had a garage there, and he had actually gas pumps here, etc. He had a float plane back there on the lake. And over here was Trail Lake Lodge, and that's kind of the restaurant and bar that was in town. So that's basically downtown Moosepass, Alaska. Population about 100. Well, this morning I'm going to hike Trooplake. It's a small lake about 6 miles north of Bearlake, where I live. It's all part of the Iditarod trail, but this is another entrance to it, so it's a new trail for me. Looking forward to seeing what it's like. As usual, we're climbing up a little elevation. It's really pretty. The weather's fantastic. Sun shining. But normally you gotta go over these hills to get to the next little valley. And I believe that's where this Troop Lake is the next little valley. So not sure how long of a hike this will be. I think just a few miles, but I guess we'll find out. Nice little open area I popped into here. It's funny about Alaska. If it gets about 60 to 65 degrees, it's pretty hot. So I think today we're going to have one of those days. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, and it's already warming up quite a bit. So very cool. Check this out. This is a muskeg, and what they've done is they've put this boardwalk over it so people don't trample down, because the muskeg's basically just plants and stuff on top of water, and you can make quite a little ditch walking through something. Kind of screw up the habitat a bit. There's quite a few switchbacks as we go uphill. Interesting, I see a arrow. I don't know what they were hunting with an arrow, maybe a moose or a bear, I don't really know. Look what we got here, a little bear scat. All right, I'm on top of the hill, now I'm going down. Pretty steep. Well, I ran into the fella who owns the arrow. It dropped out of his bag. Anyway, talked to him, he's hunting black bear. Gotta be honest, guys. His chances of success are very slim at best. Just walking around hoping you're gonna run into a black bear and then actually hoping to stand still at 40 yards or 30 yards so you can hit him with an arrow would be just really surprising. When I hunted black bears, we would go in a lake and hang out on one side of the lake and just glass on the other side. Once you saw a bear, saw where they were going and stuff, then you could make a game plan. You'd cross the lake and try to cut them off. But just walking through the woods, that's a difficult exercise. So you can see where the trail cuts here to Bearlake, which is the Iditarod trail that way. That goes all the way to my cabin. And or you can go right here, and this is Trooplake. It's supposed to be a small lake. See how it looks when I get down there. The trail to Trooplake is just a bit more primitive than the other ones. It's pretty much no switchbacks. If you have to go over a hill, you go straight up and straight back down. This might be one of the harder hikes I've done since I've got here. Just a lot of up and down over hills and into valleys. Extremely pretty though. Hope the lake's worth looking at. Hiking along and I look down and lo and behold, a nice big old moose track. Relatively fresh. It'd be pretty cool to see a moose or even a black bear on this trail. I doubt it. It's rare when you see wildlife like that, but they generally run from you when they see you. Well, I made it to Trooplake. It's actually a very good sized lake. It's supposed to be trout or stocked with trout. I don't know. They don't have a lot of good spots to fish from. I didn't bring my pole. It's just really pretty. Really quiet. As you can see, sometimes there's some areas that are a little difficult to pass. It's one of the more challenging trails I've hiked. It's probably only about 5 miles round trip, but a lot of this back and forth, up and down. I'll be curious when I'm done how much elevation I moved up and down. One thing us Alaskans like is our ice cream. It's a gorgeous day here in Seward. After my hike, I went into the post office and decided to have a little gelato. Place is just gorgeous. Seward's known for its murals. They're all over the different buildings. Well, I started a stain on my cabin. It's a clear stain. It's an oil-based stain. It's I really love this stuff. It's called Q8. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Outlast Q8 log oil. It's really good. Anyway, I'm doing it hand here in these small areas. It's a lot easier than trying to breathe in all that stuff if I was to use the hand pump. Anyway, probably take me a few hours, but hopefully we'll get done with this section. Kind of not looking forward to that. Probably gonna drip all over me. We'll see. Well, I oiled this part of the cabin today. You can see it's a small amount, but I had to do a lot of cleaning because this is where the vent for my oil comes out. So a lot of black soot came out. I had to clean that off. And that's my dryer vent. So a lot of fuzz and stuff in the dryer, but overall, I got it pretty good. So get this today. Try to, next 2 days, get the rest of this bottom front, and then I'll work on the top. Looks like some of it I'm gonna have to climb on the roof to finish right there. But you can see the difference in the oil. This is really good stuff, so this is gonna be a lot of work right there. We'll see how it goes. Got two eagles flying out the back here.